You're watching the Luca Rosano Show. Here's your host, Luca Rosano.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another show. Happy Friday to everybody. As you can tell, I've taken my show on the road. I'm here at the beautiful Dave & Buster's Vaughan, here off of Interchange Way, and I'm here now with General Manager of the Dave & Buster's Vaughan location, Tammy Moffatt. How's it going, Tammy? Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, Luca. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Welcome to Dave & Buster's.
Yeah, it's great. Hope you guys love the whole scenic, view to this. We got beautiful TVs behind us. You guys can always come here, watch the games with your friends, your family. Everybody here will treat you like family, to say the least. So, Tammy, you're a big Raps fan.
Huge Raptors fan.
The Raptors have been playing really, really well, as our viewers know. I just want to get to start us off here, what was your reaction to that 15-game winning streak that unfortunately ended on Wednesday against the Nets? What was your reaction to that?
You know what? We're really proud of them. And it's in saying that, Kawhi left us last year and we always thought, okay, we can't do it without Kawhi.
Yeah.
But we're taking a really strong point here and showing that we're up for it. We've got this. So I don't know if we need so much Kawhi right now. I think it's all about the Raptors, some of the stuff people we pull up from the 905 playing really well. So, in all saying that, really great on Canadian sports. It made some history for us, which is amazing, but it just gives us more stamina to back the Raptors up and just get on their side and just cheer them on. So it was really awesome. Yeah,
it's one of the best sports, not only in Canada, but I feel sports-wide. I mean, the next man up, they have the injuries, but they're still finding a way to win games. Everybody's in sync. I mean, it truly is fun to watch.
Their bench is just as strong now as their starting lineup, which is incredible. And we're playing everybody, which makes it great. Everybody's getting minutes. They're playing stronger as a team. Even with injuries, we went with 3 injured, and we were still pulling off wins. So, they're working together as a group. You can see that there's a lot of collaboration. I just think they're going to have a really great year. We're really stoked for it here. Like we love the games in here. So
I was actually here live at Dave & Buster's Vaughan when the Raptors officially won the title. This place went bananas. I still have clips of that. I was here with a couple buddies. I mean, I'll never forget that moment in my life. Yeah. That was truly remarkable. Where were you when the Raptors won the championship?
I was here.
Oh, you were here?
Yeah,
okay, I didn't see you then.
I was in the Midway. I was down in the Midway. We had a full house. Everybody was in just super great moods. Everybody was cheering the Raptors on. Everybody had Raptors gear on.
Yeah, it was a beautiful scene. It
was just to get to that last minute where we won and everybody going crazy. And here we have video footage that I think we're going to keep for a lifetime because it was an iconic moment.
Yeah.
It's just something that you cannot put a price tag on.
And very good marketing material.
Great marketing material.
Tammy, I want to get your thoughts on this. So, speaking about Kawhi, recently Stephen A. Smith, he actually said that he doesn't think that the Raptors or that Kawhi would have better title chances with the Raptors than he does now with the Clippers. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think if Kawhi was still on this Raptors team that he would have better title chances than if he is now on the Clippers?
I think so. Kawhi is an amazing player, right? He got us what we needed last year.
Yeah.
He did his job, and we're very proud of him. It was never hard feelings for him leaving. But I think if he stayed one more year, just gave us the opportunity to do one more year, I think we would have pulled off a championship no problem.
Oh, yeah.
I think the team is already great, and you add Kawhi into it, it just makes for unbeatable. As far as the Clippers aren't really doing that great this year.
Well,
they're okay.
back-to-back losses.
Back-to-back
they got
losses.
a beat down last night. It was a good game, but they lost against the Celtics.
I was watching it. They had an all right game, but they lost against the Celtics. Celtics are very strong this year, right? So, I mean, do I think his chances are better here with the Clippers? I think he would have won it with us. I think with the Clippers, I don't think the Clippers are going to do it this year. So
you have the Lakers over the Clippers in the West?
I got the Lakers over the Clippers for sure. And I just think the Lakers are all in right now. They have a passion to win it, and I think that was LeBron's goal this year, was to get it.
Yeah.
So I just think, Kawhi had a better chance sticking with us. Sometimes, it wasn't his city. We get it. He lives in California. But one more year.
Yeah, I think undoubtedly we would be the favorites in the East if Kawhi was here. I mean, arguably we are still considered the favorites in the East, but if he was here, I think a back-to-back championship would have been really realistic.
I think we would be more confident as fans if Kawhi was here. I hate to say it that way, but I think we would have that, we're unbeatable. But even without him, I still think we have a good shot at this. But I think his chances were way better with us.
Yeah,
you know,
I think many fans would agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think he should have went one more year and then transferred where he needed to go to. But I think that it'll be pretty crazy if the Raptors win and Kawhi isn't on our team.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, and that's actually going to lead me to my next question. So let's talk about the current landscape of the East. The Raptors are second, coming off of this improbable win streak. But there's some other teams in the mix that could very well make a finals run. In my opinion, the East is very wide open this season.
Absolutely.
In your opinion, which team do you see getting to the NBA Finals? Do the Raptors have enough, or do you maybe give the edge to a Boston, a Heat team, or the Bucks, who are just killing it right now? I mean, they're on pace to win 70 games.
I mean, the Raptors are good, and there's no doubt about it. And I think just winning this 15 straight, I think people were doubting us a lot, and we were in the back pocket, and no one really was paying attention to us. And I think us winning those 15 games made people stand up and go, hold on a second, the Raptors might pull it off here. But there's some good teams this year. Boston, no doubt, has been playing incredibly hard, and I can see Boston pulling it off.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I think that they have the drive this year, and when you see them play, they're connected, they're in, and we're 6.5 games behind, I think, right now was the last standings, that we're 6.5. I don't know if we got to keep going on streaks like the one we were on in order to come back and get into that first. No doubt we're going to make the playoffs, hands down.
Yeah.
But to get that first spot, we're contending against some really good teams this year, the Bucks, Milwaukee. Like, we've got to really, really focus and drive. Like, I think that this is going to be a really tough playoff season.
I'll put you on the spot, though.
Yeah.
As of today, who is your favorite in the East?
Oh,
Is
team?
it team-wise? Is it the Raptors or another team? You got to give me a team here. As of today.
As of today, right now, as much as I want to say Raptors are going to do it, I kind of got Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Boston has just been playing incredibly well, and I think that when we play against them, you can see the significant differences in what we need to be versus where we are at the moment. So I think Boston's going to pull it off this year. I think they've got, as much as I want my Raps in there.
Yeah, you're being realistic, and I get that.
Right?
And I agree with you in the sense where I think the biggest threats to the Raptors in the East are Boston, and even Miami is another team that a lot of people are kind of, not really talking about. As far as the Bucks, though, I'll be honest, like, they don't really scare me until I see them perform at a high level in the playoffs, and that I can see, Giannis take over for the whole, 7-game series, and that he can get consistent help.
Right.
I wouldn't put the Bucks ahead of us.
Say, what if Giannis goes out? What if Giannis gets an injury? Then they're nowhere, because that whole team gelling together is from Giannis, right?
Exactly.
So, look at us last year. They had a lot of injuries with Golden State. It kind of helped their cause, right? Like, do we think theoretically if Golden State was playing 100%, no injuries, would we have beaten Golden State?
That's the biggest what if,
right?
The last 10 years maybe.
Exactly. So I guess, when we look at playoffs coming up, we're looking at injury time too. Are we going to have anybody out on injury? Are the other teams that we're looking at have big players like Giannis? Are they going to be injured? Because they play all season, they play hard. Like the Raptors, they're playing lots of minutes. You're bound to get injuries, right? And that's why they do, like, they sit Kawhi out, and, we're starting to sit some of the big guys out too right now just to rest up. It's anybody, when the injuries happen, it's anybody's game, right?
It's so true, and then that speaks volumes to, how deep your team is. Because,
right.
I mean, I think where the Raptors are, where the Celtics are, is in terms of depth. Because the Celtics are a very deep, talented young team. And the Raptors are the exact same thing, right?
Same way. And look at Davis. Davis came up, and he's playing incredible.
Oh, what a remarkable story. Right? Another undrafted gem.
Yeah,
I mean,
just incredible.
He should have made it to the Rising Stars game. That was a big.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking.
But when you watch
him,
that's like, he's not even a starter, and he just plays incredibly well, and he gels so well with the team, and you can tell that there's that connection. And when you watch him, it's fun to watch him. He plays so well, right? So we've got that on our side. We've got a lot of our bench on our side, which is great that play. But again, I think this is going to come down to injuries and who wants it more. And I know Boston really fighting right now. They really want it. So, but like you said, Miami, another team that people aren't looking at, that they need to start looking at, because Miami's a great team. They play well. We have a hard time against them. So we have a hard time against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And we have a hard time against, Brooklyn last. Brooklyn is our nemesis.
Yeah, especially in Brooklyn. I had a funny feeling it was going to end there. I mean,
I knew
they're
it was
always
going to
tough.
end. Brooklyn's hard. We struggle against them. I think we're a better team than Brooklyn, but for some reason it's our one team that, you know, gets under our skin and we can't beat them. But it'll be interesting to see for sure. But I'm thinking Boston.
You're thinking Boston.
I'm thinking Boston.
And I mean, you look at the teams in the East too. It's interesting to speculate. You look at Miami, their go-to guy is, you know, Jimmy Butler. Philadelphia, they have Embiid. Boston, you can make a case, Jason Tatum, who went off last night. For the Raptors, who do you think is their go-to guy? I mean, we see Van Vliet sometimes in clutch moments. Siakam looks a little bit nervous in those moments. Or is it a guy like Kyle Lowry who's got, you know, a lot of games under his belt? Like, who do you think is the Raptors' go-to guy come playoff time when we need a key bucket late? Because we don't have no more Kawhi, right?
You know, I kind of am going to go, like, I know it's a given and everybody out, but Pascal, like, he's incredible. When you need him, he's there. And, you know, he tends to, on the big games, want to get the 30 points in. And he's an all-around player, too. He plays great defense. But there's so many on there that, like, you have OG that's been playing really great too,
His
right?
defense can win you a game.
Yeah, like, there's so many, I think, contributing factors. I don't think they can do it with one behind them. I think they need to all just work as a team and get it done.
Yeah.
I just don't think they can rely on the one. You have the Lowry that is the support behind the team, that he drives them, he gives them the motivation because he's that motivation guy, right? You have Siakam that's just getting baskets. You have Van Vliet that, you know, Van Vliet's a great player. He's on and off, though. There's games where he'll have super great games and then super games where he's just kind of not there, right? So they got to get a little bit more consistent with that, too. Like, Van Vliet's got to step up every game, not just pick and choose the games he wants to step up for, right? But again, I'm still going with my side guys like Davis, and
I think those guys are going to make the impact.
They're going to make
the bench,
impact.
Essentially,
the bench.
Norman Powell, if he could come back
Norman
healthy.
Powell, if he can come back out, and good on Nick Nurse. You know what? Playing these guys and getting them up to speed is really important. You can play your starters and have them playing all day and burn them out, and they're tired. But when you have your bench and you play your bench and your bench plays as well as your starters, you've done something right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't rely on their bench. They kind of go with their top 8 players and they roll off of them, whereas we have lots to choose from. Injuries, we get 3. We don't lose games
and
because
we're
our
winning,
bench, right? So, I mean, my one go-to, I'm going to pick Davis. I think Davis is like
he's that X factor.
He's that X factor that no one is watching out for, and he'll surprise everybody. He's a great player. Like,
and I think that's another advantage too for the Raptors that not a lot of people talk about is the fact that we have Nick Nurse. He's such a good underrated coach. In my opinion, he's this season's coach of the year.
Absolutely.
This, you know, given the circumstances, losing your superstar player and still being right there in second with all the success, he's definitely got to be the coach of the year.
Oh yeah, and he's so invested, right? You see him at every game. He'll still fight the cause. He never wins any of his plays that he calls out, but I mean, But he still fights the battle.
Yeah.
He'll still stand up for his team. He's there. He's interactive. You can see him standing there. He wants to win. Like, it's passion, right?
Yeah.
Without passion, you can't do it. And he has the passion, which is incredible. So without Nick Nurse, I don't even think the team would be where it is. So you've got to give him a lot of credit too, right? Along with Kawhi, we brought Kawhi in, but we also had a phenomenal coach that worked the whole entire team.
Yeah, it was night and day. A lot of people were saying, Casey build these guys up, and then Nurse came in at the right time. No, I disagree. I think Nurse really got the most out of this group, and then you get a guy like Kawhi making them all gel. It was fun to see, yeah.
They wanted to win, and that's what you have to have, and that's the passion I'm talking about. You got to want to win,
exactly.
Right? And Nick Nurse wants to win. I think he wants back-to-back, so it'll be really cool for him to get back-to-backs too. And him being coach of the All-Star, kind of crazy, right?
Yeah,
so
big ups. He deserves it, though. Really good moment for him.
And I think he's super excited about it too. He's hilarious. I don't know if you've ever seen him talk, but the guy is just funny. Like,
he's a fun guy.
He's a fun guy, which I'm sure if he's fun like that, he's fun with the team too, which gives them that little bit of, it's serious, we take it serious, but there's fun in it too. This is the sport they love. This is what they want to play. And it should always be fun.
Yeah.
Right? Always be fun.
And what's your opinion on the whole scarf movement? I mean, the guys looking badass with their scarves. And Nick Nurse, he was rocking a good one. I saw a photo. He was just coming off of the plane. I think it was like an orange, nice scarf, looking pretty, sharp.
Well, Serge Ibaka does that show with a fashion show, and he had OG on there, and he was criticizing the way OG dressed, right? And OG thinks that he started the scarf game, whereas Ibaka's saying he started the scarf game. So scarves are getting kind of crazy now. Like, they're all wearing them, and big ones and different ones, I still think Serge has got the best ones.
He does.
Yeah,
I mean, you see that one he rocks, like, literally down to his shoes. I mean,
but
you can't beat his style.
If you're not going to wear a jacket, you got to have a good scarf.
Yeah,
right?
I think we got to invest in some scarves soon.
We got to invest in some scarves too, for sure.
So, before we're going to get into a cool segment of this show, what is your NBA Finals? So you have Boston coming out of the East, and you have them playing the Lakers, I assume?
I have them playing the Lakers,
So an old classic NBA Final showdown.
NBA Final showdown, and it's going to be a tough game for both.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers have a challenge with Boston. I think Boston has a challenge with Lakers. You got LeBron in there that wants to win it right now.
He's on a mission right now, especially obviously what's went on with Kobe. Unfortunate incident there.
Unfortunate,
He really wants to bring a championship home to
Absolutely.
LA and the Lakers.
And then you got Boston that's just all in this year.
Yeah.
So, you can't give it to one person on Boston. It's a team effort. So, yeah, I have the Lakers in Boston, and I think I'm going to put the Lakers to win.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the Lakers have got it this year. I think that, for Kobe, for so much, they're going to be so driven to win it this year.
Exactly. Like, they have all that talent, and then they just have that extra motivation now. I mean, you can't see them losing over the course of the 7-game season. I mean, if the Clippers can get it together, they'll prove to be the Lakers' toughest challenge. But yeah,
but the Clippers right now, they're not even, some of the beatdowns they're getting aren't even close games. Like, they're just getting beaten down.
And now Paul George with his hamstring injury, you don't know how severe that's going to be. He's got a long history of those injuries. So
I don't know. I don't think the Clippers. I think the Clippers aren't in any standing this year. I think the Lakers and Boston are going to go, and I think the Lakers are going to pull out. And I think it'll be a great win for the Lakers for sure. It'll do Kobe justice. Do you know what I mean? I think it'll be one of those historic, and you can't even get mad at the Lakers winning.
Oh no, like I low-key want to see them win because of that. I mean, it'd be one of the most beautiful sports moments ever.
Right?
Like,
it'd just be, you can't even get mad. As much as we want the Raptors to win, you couldn't even get mad at the Lakers
No, you couldn't. That's the only other team you wouldn't get mad if they win.
So if it's not the Raptors, I'm going for the Lakers.
There you go. I agree with you on that. Okay, Tammy, we got a very, very cool segment now. Okay. So I do this with all my guests on the show. We're going to play some rapid fire.
Okay.
You ready to go?
Yeah,
okay,
let's do it.
First question here. From a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you at the arcade basketball game here?
I'm going to give myself a 7.
Ooh, okay.
I play it quite often. We encourage most of us to get out there and play our games because it's important. I like to take the guys from the kitchen back there because they shoot hoops. And they challenge me pretty good. So I'm going to give myself a 7. I could be better. I need to practice a little bit more. But 7 out of 10 for sure.
So next time on the show, we got to do a live game between you and I.
We'll do a live game between us.
Let's do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
7 out of 10 is pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Next question. All-time favorite moment working here at Dave & Buster's Vaughan?
All-time favorite moment. So I've been with Dave & Buster's for 8 years. So my all-time favorite moment, hands down, I got the opportunity to meet Hulk Hogan.
Ooh.
So we had Hulk Hogan
really cool.
in for a autograph signing. This is back probably about 6 years ago. And it was just incredible to meet him. I'm a huge WWE fan, and just his presence, it was just crazy.
He's a big guy. What is he, like 6'6"?
Yeah,
the muscle still?
6'6". He's still muscular. He still has like great wits about him. But the crazy thing is we all grew up watching Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Even if you weren't a WWE person, you knew who Hulk Hogan was, right? He was just this incredible wrestler, great with kids, did a lot of charity events, and it was just really cool to meet him. He came here, he drew in a huge crowd, people love him. Like, you couldn't believe the amount of people that came out just to get his autograph. So probably one of the best moments here was getting to meet him. I have the privy of having a great job that I get to meet some really great celebrities.
I mean, nonchalantly, you meet Hulk Hogan on a random day. I mean, we got to get him back in here now.
We got to get him back in here
So
now.
Hulk, if you're watching this,
you got to come back in.
You got to come back in. Next question. If you could play one sport professionally, what would it be and why?
If I could play one sport professionally, it'd be tennis.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's the amount, I think people that don't follow tennis, and if you actually were the amount of athleticism that goes into playing tennis.
Yeah.
Some tennis matches can go onwards and upwards of 6 hours at a time. Whereas no other sport, even though most of them are cardio driven like soccer, football, tennis is equally as cardiovascular. It's a skill, so you need to use your brain when you play, because it's like a chess game.
Yeah.
You're putting the ball in the right spot and you have every control of it. And I just think that the endurance of these athletes are incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
The
people don't talk
talent.
about that. Yeah,
No.
you need a lot of endurance to get through a tennis match.
Well, 6 hours. What other sport can go for 6 hours? Baseball, maybe if it gets to the 15th or 16th inning.
You're standing half the time.
You're standing half the time. But tennis is crazy, and it's a hard game.
It is, yeah.
So I give them a lot of credit when I watch Serena Williams. Just incredible athlete. Just the stamina, the physical ability to play that game over and over again. Some of the challenges that they have, these guys are great. Some of the players they play, and the other thing I like about it is not always the same person wins.
Yeah.
It's incredible that, you know, every year there's new individuals coming up that play excellent, and they give, like, Serena Williams a run for their money, right? So, yeah, if I could play a sport, it'd be tennis. I'd love to master tennis.
Yeah. We got to make tennis popular here. More popular here in Canada.
And that's the thing. The one thing we do is the Rogers Cup, right? It's at the end of summer. But really outside of that, people just don't watch tennis because it's not the most popular. But even to go to a tennis match.
Oh, so fun.
So good.
Yeah.
Like just sitting there watching. Oh, so good. So tennis is it. I would love to learn how to play tennis.
That's interesting. I like that answer.
Yeah.
Next question. Favorite current Raptor?
Favorite current Raptor? Oh, my goodness. I'm going to go with an old school. I'll go with Lowry.
Lowry?
Yeah, you know what? I like Lowry for a lot of different reasons. I think what I like about him the most is just his personality.
Yeah.
He's got that never quit, keep trying, positive, always, you know, getting the team moving.
He's
motivated.
a guy you can't hate, and he has that same respect from everybody.
And he
in the
gets
league.
the same respect back from just everybody, not just his team, the league. He's looked up to. Yeah, Lowry has bad games, good games, but you don't look at him for that. You look at him for how he drives the team and gets the team to where they're at. So if I was going to say my most favorite of all times, it would be Lowry for sure. And Vince Carter's a secondary.
Yeah, I was going to ask that next. So he's your current. What about all time? Would it be VC?
VC.
Yeah.
You know, we had the privilege as well a few years back of having Vince Carter here for an autograph signing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wish I was there.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Man.
Now, when I say we sell our building out quite a bit, and, you know, we get a lot of crowds in here, but when Vince Carter was here that night to do an autograph signing, we had a full building with a lineup outside around the building just to get in and get his autograph.
I don't blame the people. I mean, that's one guy who I really want to meet.
Yeah.
Because he's my all-time favorite athlete. He's the reason why I became a basketball fan, a Raptors fan. I mean,
and
he inspired it all.
He's retiring this year.
Yeah, I know.
So, you know,
sad.
it's kind of sad, but, you know, at the same time,
it's
about time. But, yeah, he was incredible. We had him here, great person. People love him, obviously, for having a lineup around the building. But, again, one of those memorable moments you never forget, right?
For sure.
We had the privilege of meeting Vince Carter,
That's
which was
amazing.
awesome.
I'm so jealous right now. Next question. Who wins on Sunday, Team Giannis or Team LeBron?
I'm going to take Team LeBron. I think I'm very proud of the two Raptors that are in. I think Siakam
and Lowry
going there.
With Nurse.
Very proud of them. They're going to represent Toronto well, I think. But yeah, I think LeBron's team has got it.
Yeah, they're so stacked. I mean, if they don't win, you're gonna like look at it like.
Did you watch
what?
when they were picking their teams?
Yeah.
It was hilarious,
yeah,
right?
Was.
They were kind of feeding off of each other.
Yeah, I love how they do that where it's broadcasted now. It's like pretty
amazing.
Much like playing pickup with your buddies, right? Like I'll pick you, I'll pick you.
Yeah, so you know, you could tell Giannis was so invested in it, right?
Yeah.
He had his notebook out, he was making lists, whereas LeBron was just going off the top of his head.
And of course he picks Anthony Davis as his first pick.
And you can tell that's experience versus someone new, right?
Yeah.
Like LeBron knows who he wants, and Giannis is making notes on what he needs. But I think it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, it should be good.
I think it'll be a really good game. I think it'll be close, but I have LeBron winning it for sure.
I agree with you. And then last question, Tammy. Yes or no, will the Raptors sign Giannis in 2021? It is being highly speculated. Everybody's talking about it, even though we're still in 2020. Will he sign with the Raptors in 2021?
I think if the money is right. That's what I think it's going to come down to. I don't think, unfortunately, anybody wants to come to Toronto to play just because we're a Canadian team, right?
Good point.
Everybody views us differently. So I think the money is going to have to be there. I think we have the money to pay him. How much of an asset he'll be to our team, it'll be interesting to see if he does come.
That'd be great. I mean, if we get another superstar of his magnitude, I mean, we'll repeat.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the money has to be right for him to come up here. I mean, you're changing his whole life. He's got to live in Canada for like 6 months or whatever.
Big Greek community here, though.
Huge Greek community. So he might be very welcomed. I'm sure if he came here, the Greek community would be like what they did with Kawhi, free food, come out anytime you want.
Oh, yeah.
But the possibilities, I think there's a good chance we could, because I think we have ways of making things happen like that. Look at Kawhi, right? No one ever thought we'd sign him on.
Yeah.
And here we are signing him on and winning a championship.
So, yeah, who knows, right?
Just as long as the money's right for these guys, they'll come. They'll put their best effort in. May only stay a year or so, but
it's all good.
It's all good.
We'll milk it.
We get what we want out of it. We're
Exactly.
all good, right? Yeah.
And that's going to conclude our rapid fire and our show. Tammy, that was a load of fun. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you so much for coming out.
Guys, you definitely got to be here. Dave & Buster's Vaughan off Interchange Way. I mean, they got the games playing, Raptors, Leafs. Every Toronto sports team is always on the TVs here. Great
UFC.
food. UFC as well.
Yep.
Great food. You got the great games in the back. So you definitely want to come here, and the staff will treat you like family. And are there any like special promos coming up for Raptors, Leafs?
So with Raptors, obviously we play all the playoff games, we play all the season games, but we do a lot of giveaways during the Raptors games. So we give away a lot of swag. So
Awesome.
Official Raptors jerseys, Raptors hats, tons of stuff Raptors, because it'll be all about the Raptors if we're in the playoffs. Great seating. We have four massive big screen TVs to watch it off of. We have about 120 TVs in the building, so you can see it at any spot that you sit. And of course, come and play our games. We have our amusements, which has over 300 playing spots, so, and half-price game Wednesdays. If your Raptors play on a Wednesday and it's playoffs, we also have half-price games.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you definitely got to get yourselves in here, bring your family, bring your friends. Proud sponsor of the show and the Waterboy Report. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Go follow them also on Instagram, and you can catch this show on SoundCloud, iTunes, and of course here on YouTube. Till next time, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great weekend. Peace out.